Good afternoon, my name is Aaron Lin, and this is Box 9 News at 3. Today, we'll be talking about what is an inclusion classroom, what is an IEP, what are different learners, and differentiated instructions, and behavior support for classrooms. What is an IEP? An IEP stands for Individualized Educational Plan that is set by the general education teacher, special education teacher, and parent. It is a plan to help the students with disabilities in any areas, to help them to improve academically, behavior-wise, and emotionally. Now in the classroom I was observing, there were 9 students out of 22 that had IEP. In the classroom there was 1 special education teacher, general education teacher, and 3 other paraprofessionals. Now there were 1 language paraprofessional and 2 behavior paraprofessionals. What is an inclusion classroom? An inclusion classroom is the least restricted environment for students to learn, especially for special education students. This classroom has 2 teachers, a special education teacher and a general education teacher. Now the teachers, they have to work together in order to provide necessity needs for both special education students and general education students. Now, there are benefits for special education students. They will gain valuable social skills and they get along with the general education students. Now, the general education students also benefit from this because they get all the supplements, supports that they usually do not get on a general education classroom. There are also other benefits of inclusion, such as improvement of social skills, self-esteem, and lastly, most importantly, labeling. As we know, labeling is negative on a student's life. What is differentiation in teaching? As a teacher, you must realize that you have different students, and each different students learn differently. Some learn through kinesthetic, auditory, visual, and reading and writing. Now in your classroom, there are full of about more than 20 students. Each student with unique learning abilities, so therefore it makes teaching super hard. So therefore as a teacher, you must learn how to handle and teach properly. Now in the class when I was observing, in an inclusion classroom, the general education teacher and the special education teacher had to co-teach. And while they are co-teaching, they have different table or station teaching, meaning students rotate to different tables to learn different stuff. Now, the classroom I was observing, there was 1 student with autism spectrum disorder. He would have trouble following instructions and following directions. So therefore, the behavior support that he received was